Hey everyone, and welcome. It is Friday. It is the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. So the first thing I want to do is start this video out by giving a big shout out and thank you to all of our vets, all of those who have served, all of those who are serving, and especially those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. That is what this weekend really is all about, is celebrating the veterans who have sacrificed everything to make this country what it is. I, for one, greatly appreciate you. I know so many of you greatly appreciate them, so I want to say thank you. Now, with that done, I want to get into the crux of this video, which is a Memorial Day sale going on from iArcade. They have put a bunch of their games on sale, and they have launched 2 new games for the service as well. And that's all coming up on this episode of Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscription button. Click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video. Give this one a thumbs up and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. So, as I said, iArcade has decided to kick off the Memorial Day festivities with a big sale going on for several of the games on their game store. They've also launched 2 new games for the system, one of which is absolutely free, and we're going to dive in and start looking at all of that. Let's start off with the sale going on and take a look at what games you can get at a discounted price starting now and going through June 9th. Let's check it out. So heading on over to the iArcade game store, you can see that they've got several games on sale. You can tell by the little red tag next to the game and the fact that the price is showing is discounted. Now, it can be a little daunting to go through this entire store and figure out which games are on sale. So here is the quick and easy way to do it. Going over to this little thing at the top of the menu here, this is your filter options, and you're going to click on this and you're going to click on where it says discounted games and then show results. And here you go. This will give you all of the games that are currently on sale, and you can just scroll through and figure out which ones you want to pick up. Now, most of the games seem to be about 25% off, with a handful of them being up to 50% off. So there's actually a really nice selection of games here at some really decent prices. If you're brand new to iArcade, or if you've had one for a while and you've been holding off on getting certain games, now is definitely a good time to do it. Let's just kind of go through the list, and we can kind of talk a little bit about some of the standouts here for sure. Now, like I said, there is a really good selection of games here. If you scroll all the way through, you'll see a bunch of games on sale, but there are definitely some that I can certainly recommend. If you're a fan of old school action adventure platformer type games, Another World is a fantastic game, and to be discounted to $7.49, this is a great one to pick up if you haven't before. I am actually a really huge fan of this particular game. This is Elevator Action Returns. I love Elevator Action. I love Elevator Action Returns. This is a really fun game that you can you know, with a few quarters, you can easily get through this one, although that last level tends to be a little bit tough, but it's definitely a fun one, and at the discounted price is absolutely worth checking out. All right, and this game has been talked about quite a bit recently. This is Mayhem Brawler. Mayhem Brawler is a modern-day side-scrolling beat-em-up type game. They've recently updated it to add some DLC to the game. That part was absolutely free. Not only did they add the free DLC, but they've cut this game in half. Instead of being $20, it is actually on sale for $10, making this particular one a no-brainer. Now, I will say I had not picked up this game before. I am planning on picking it up now that it is on sale because it looks like a ton of fun, and I am very excited to finally get a chance to play this one. All right, if you have not checked this one out, this is great. This is Space Invaders Infinity Gene, a modern take on the Space Invaders classic with some trippy visuals and music to it. Really a lot of fun to get into, and again, at the discounted price, at 25% off, another no-brainer to pick up if you haven't tried it before. All right, so if you have recently bought yourself an iArcade, you know that Dragon's Lair is one of the games that comes built into the iArcade. It's one of the free downloadable games. Now they have Dragon's Lair 2 and Space Ace on sale as well. So if you wanted to complete the Dragon's Lair trilogy, such as it is, now would be a good time to do it if you haven't picked these games up before. All right, so if you're a fan of light gun shooters, got good news for you because the two light gun enabled games, Operation Wolf and Operation Thunderbolt, are also discounted during this sale. So if you've picked up your Sinden light gun for your iArcade Gold, or if you're planning on getting one to go with your original iArcade and your GRS control panel, be sure to look up Operation Wolf and Operation Thunderbolt and pick them up while they're on sale as well. All right, so that is just a quick look at a couple of the games that I can personally recommend that I think you guys should look into and check out. Like I said, there are a whole bunch of games here that you can see if you are a fan of old school arcades, newer retro style games, beat 'em ups, shmups, anything of that nature. You will find something here that I'm sure you will enjoy. If you haven't had a chance to pick it up for your iArcade yet, go ahead and check it out. And again, for all of you who got in on that Retromania $2.99 deal, now is a good time to just check this out and see what games you might like to add to your iArcade at a discounted price. All right, so there you go. That is a look at the games that are on sale right now for iArcade. Now, like I said, this sale starts today and goes through June 9th, so you've got a little bit of time to think about it and decide which ones you want. Always remember that there is a refund policy in effect even for these sale games. So if you purchase a game and you decide you do not like it, you have 30 minutes from the time you purchased it to get a refund. So keep that in mind. All right, moving on, let's look at the two new games that they've added to the system. And the cool thing about these particular games, whether you decide that you like them or not, is one of them is absolutely free and the other is also discounted as part of this sale. All right, so starting off, this is the free game that just launched. This is The Powers of Hex, where you play as a wizard going through this linear dungeon. And it really reminds me of like old school Commodore 64 style games with the look and feel to it. I've heard it's actually kind of a rather challenging game too. So if you're into old school, like really hard challenging type games, this one might be right up your alley. Again, it is absolutely free, so certainly worth a check out if you like these games. If this isn't your style, then again, no big deal. But there you go, that is Powers of Hex, a brand new game for the arcade, a brand new free game. So again, something certainly worth checking out if you're a fan of those old school type games. Moving on to the next one, this is Brock the Investigator. All right, and this is Brock the Investigator, a modern day point and click style adventure with elements of side-scrolling beat 'em up and a few other genres as well. Looks like a lot of fun, very interesting gameplay style, very interesting art style. Here is the description from iArcade. In a futuristic, light cyberpunk world where animals have replaced humans, privileged citizens live under a protective dome from the ambient air pollution, while others struggle to make a living on the outside. Brock, private detective and former boxer, lives with Graf, the son of his deceased wife. Although he could never elucidate the nature behind her accident, recent events may shed some light on an even more tragic outcome, one that may be linked to their own existence. Again, if you are into these side-scrolling beat 'em up and point-and-click type adventures, this one might be right up your alley. This comes from Cowcat Games. It's normally going to be $19.99 on the iArcade, but right now during the sale it is 25% off, and you can have this game for $14.99. So there you go. That is the second game that has now been released for the iArcade today. Brock the Investigator. Again, looks like a lot of fun. I don't know how I feel about playing a point-and-click style adventure on an arcade machine, but it's definitely something that I think looks neat and is worth checking out. The whole beat 'em up aspect of it looks like a lot of fun for sure. So yeah, this is definitely one that I will probably check out. Again, always remember that there is that refund policy. So if you do try a game, you have 30 minutes to decide whether or not you like it before you can get your money back on it. So always something to keep in mind whenever you're looking at a game on the iArcade system. But, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of the 2 new games that they've added, whether it's this Brock the Investigator or that old school Power of Hex game that they've added? What about the sale going on? Did you see anything there that you are interested in picking up? Let me know in the comments below. I saw a few things on there that I did not pick up from the last big sale they had at the end of last year. So there's definitely a couple on there that I am excited to grab. Mayhem Brawler being one of them for sure. And maybe a few of the other older school arcade type games that I never got, like I said, during the last sale. So that's definitely up for me. Let me know what you guys think. But that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you did, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and as always, I'll see you on the next one. And of course, have a happy Memorial Day. And once again, thank you so much to all our veterans out there. A special thanks, of course, to those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. We really appreciate everything that you have done and sacrificed for this country. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Have a great day.